Honey,
All right. Today I got Colleen with me. And Colleen, thanks so much for doing this interview. I appreciate it. The questions that I have for you are, do you remember back before you took reflexology, what kind of inspired you to actually take the reflexology course? Can you take me back to that time and explain it to me?
okay. Well, I was energy work,
Yeah.
access bars, and that, but I was for more something else that I could offer to my and things. And then I was talking to a friend who I've spoken to for years or more, and she happened to just call Lou, and we were chatting. She says, "Oh, are you doing that now?" And oh, I was trying to get my healing going. You need to check into reflexology. She's a reflexologist in Alberta and
Okay.
been doing it for 40 years, right?
Yeah.
So she gave me the contact and we talked for 2 hours on the phone. And I went on the website and you were having a class right away.
Oh,
I contacted you. You had an opening for that next class in Regina. I thought, it's meant to be.
yeah.
Everything is falling in place. This is for me. And it was the best move I ever made.
Oh, and so you started with foot reflexology. And I remember that because the prerequisite for emotional reflexology is you have to be certified in foot. And I remember this as plain as day. I think it was like, when did you start? It was like July. And you got certified like literally 2 days before I was teaching the emotional reflexology course, pounded out the foot course, and you were signed up for emotional reflexology and pounded that out in no time too, remember?
Yes, I remember. I was just working really hard and then everything was falling into place until COVID hit.
Yeah, it's all good. And then
Yeah,
you did take hand reflexology as well, right?
I have, and I'm going to be completing that before the end of the month, I hope. And I've also taken some smaller classes. I've taken the Thai reflexology,
Nice.
and I just finished hot rock reflexology.
Nice.
I am so excited about those. I can't get enough.
Good.
I just want to take everything that's available out there.
Yeah. And so what do you notice? Like when you're working with clients, how do you notice that reflexology helps people?
Well, I've had a lot of success with it. Um, People, first off, relaxing
Mhm.
and what a awesome good night's sleep they've had, things like that. I had one woman I started working with this winter, and she was taking narcotics for the pain in
Yeah.
her hips and back. And after 3 treatments, she went cold turkey off her narcotics.
Isn't that amazing?
I know. It's just like, this works. I know this works.
It's
Right?
so much fun, isn't? And so can you describe to me, like, because I mean, we get clients like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not everyone, reflexology doesn't work for everyone and it doesn't have to, but when you actually get to work with the clients that get the profound results, how do you describe that feeling that you will be able to help people? Like, how do you put that into words?
That's really hard because it's just such a powerful feeling. I mean, it just makes you feel so good about yourself that you were able to help somebody. And I'm so happy for the person that I've helped, that they're doing better. And I love to see them coming. And it's just total, I don't know, the best feeling I could have.
Yeah, it kind of gets you bouncing out of bed, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I know. I don't know how to describe it either. I wish I could, but
Yeah.
if I could bottle that feeling up, and distribute it. Like
We'd
it,
be millionaires and everybody would be happy.
I
No one
think,
would be
I think
sick.
we'd be trillionaires actually, Colleen.
Yeah,
That's what we get up for, right?
yeah. And
And
I get some clients. I have this one. He's been coming to me off and on for a few years. He comes when his feet hurt, bother him, right?
yeah,
So, and he never has ever said he's sensitive spots. I'll ask him, no, everything's fine. So he was just here the other day and I was working on him and I was doing his back. I said, "Oh, that hurt." I said, "Are you having back trouble?" He says, "Always." And I said, "Oh, what do you do for it?" Well, he goes to the chiropractor and massage, but he says it's not seeming to work anymore. Right.
yeah.
I'm saying, like, well, maybe we should give me a chance to work on it. He didn't even realize it. When I was working on his feet, I was working on any other part of his body. Although I had explained it to him several times.
They don't get it, I know.
Yeah, until that night when it was, and he actually thought that his back felt a little bit better right away. That one spot wasn't this.
I hear you. And so if somebody was to ask you, what somebody is, let's just pretend that somebody's curious about reflexology
Mhm.
and figuring out like how it helps them, what advice would you give to them?
To keep an open mind
Mm-hmm.
and come and try it.
Yep.
Because until you've experienced reflexology, so many people think it's just a foot massage,
I know.
right? And then you get them here and it's like you start telling them like, "Oh, gee, that's sensitive. So you have trouble with your shoulder, you have trouble with your, you have heartburn." That's when
And
it's like the light bulb goes on.
and so a lot of times, like when they come for a reflexology session, you get them to fill out the health record. How many times do you notice that people leave things off the health record? And then when you find it in the feet, they're like, "Oh, how do you know that? How do you know that?" Right?
Yeah,
Happens all the time.
exactly. Yeah, that happens a lot.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then when you actually understand the body systems and you understand how the body works together and you're able to explain that to them, your credibility goes
Mm-hmm.
up,
Yeah.
right?
Yes, definitely.
It,
Definitely. Yeah.
it's good. And what advice would you give to somebody curious about becoming a reflexology therapist? What would you tell them?
Um, I would, I've actually had one woman, I said, like it, for me, it's an awesome treatment. And if you like to help people feel better, definitely take the class. And I give them the website and recommend you first. But
Oh, thank you.
yeah. Well, I tell them I was lucky I had the best teacher in Canada, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, I only teach geniuses, so fair's fair,
There
right?
you go. Right, right.
I say that all the time. Awesome. Well, thanks, Colleen, so much for having the conversation with me and sharing your experiences. I super appreciate it. And just keep your 2 thumbs up because I love that you're helping people.
I will. Thank you. And I will be calling you in the next week or so.
Yeah, because we have to get your
We have to
your
finish
um
that.
your
And
hand session done. Sounds great.
yeah.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
Hold
Bye
on.
bye.